Guys, hindi po ako pumirma ng marriage contract para na for life po akong magtiis and for life po akong magiging miserable. I'm not the first and the last person na mag-divorce dito sa mundo. Hi guys, good morning. Good morning. This is Angie. Welcome back to my channel sa lahat po mga subscribers natin at nagsubaybay sa aking buhay-buhay dito sa Amerika. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Hindi ko po kayo mapangalanan lahat. I know that you are there. Keep on watching and nagsubaybay sa aking mga ina-upload. So eto guys, sa mga hindi pa po dyan nakapag-subscribe, and this is the third time na you watch my videos. I think it's time for you to click subscribe. Okay, so what we're gonna talk today is something na I think most of you already know, and most of you probably expected na mangyayari siya. Okay guys, ready? I already expected it because I've been experiencing it many times. Now, last Monday, panic po tayo kasi si Zoe hindi dumating sa bus stop. Normally, the dad will communicate, hey, I'm gonna pick up Zoe. Hey, it's Monday. I have no work. I'm coming to pick up Zoe. Walang text. Wala lahat kahit ng weekend. Now, I called the school. Sabi ko, hindi po dumating si Zoe. They said, oh, someone pick her up. And I said, sino? Sabi ng school, oh, we did not get the log as long as the kid can recognize. So, tinawagan ko yung ex-husband ko. So, I called like maybe 6 times. Hindi siya sumasagot. I texted, hindi siya sumasagot. Sabi ko, did you pick up Zoe? There was no text and there's no indication that you're coming to pick her up. Now, I called the school again. I said, hey, do you have a log? Anything that you know who pick her up? So, wala. Now, yung school, sabi ng admin, let me call from the school's number kung sasagutin. Sinagot nga, okay? Now, sabi niya, oh, is there anything I can do to prove that it is me? I'm the dad, blah, blah, blah. So, it was cool. Lahat na-fix siya. But, nung tinawagan niya ako, sabi niya, the only reason I know that you call and text is I pick up my phone and look for pharmacy nearby kasi daw masakit ang ulo. Pero nag-i-stammer na. Okay? Now, sabi ko, oh, red flag. Right. So, since po na humiwalay ako sa kanya, since po na I've been living to an alcoholic for so long, I can sense the way they talk. I can smell them far away. I can tell them the way they walk. I can tell the way they speak. I know nag-relapse ang tatay. Bakit kamo? Nung hinatid po niya si Zoe ng mga alas 7, mga gabi na, mga 7:30, he was leaning against the car. Then, he wasn't conversational like it was before. He's stepping away from me kasi alam niya maaamoy ko siya. And, iba ang mudo. Irritable. Okay? Now, tinignan ko siya nung palayo na kami. Nagsiswing na po ang lakad. So, I know na nagre-relapse siya. Now, I need to talk to my lawyer about him picking up Zoe and visiting Zoe kasi it's gonna be a risk na ipag-drive si Zoe from here to Chicago. So, it's about 45 minutes drive. Pag traffic, matagal. But, it is, and it's alarming. So, yan guys, ang ating topic for today. So, ganyan. And to those of you who watch my recent videos, I recently read all your comments, guys. I really appreciate all your ideas. So, last night she was talking about what's the general rules of the schools in the Philippines, how it's being done. Kasi iba dito yung ways. Then, next week, meron po siyang check-up sa kanyang psychologist doctor. So, nahanapan na po siya ng schedule. So, sa mga nagsasabi po na she needs to have that, it is covered. Now, our next plan with her is, we have a goal. Gusto namin na, yung goal namin is, she will be immersed in a new life, a new start. Kasi I have a plan na talagang babalik kami ng Pilipinas. So I think it's gonna happen. Mahirap po kasi dito na ako lang, then yung mga bata nandoon sa Pilipinas. That's our plan, and I will have extra support sa family ko. I know you might think that it's better life here in US. There's much more opportunity in US, pero po sa katulad ko, it's a struggle kasi I'm a one income lang po, and I'm trying to juggle both of, you know, yung finances, and then lahat po ng mga yan. And doon kasi I have some flexibility, I have help, and pagka doon sila mag-aaral, I will make sure that I'll be able to help them and afford them. So yan po ang aking plano sa buhay. So I think it will take time before she can adjust in her new environment. And our goal, we will give her a structured plan. So if I send her X amount of money for the month, she has to budget for her extra curricular activities like her gym budget. Kung magko-coffee sila or whatever, then she needs, I will give her a budget for her bills like her electricity. I'll give her a budget of how much allowance she has every day to spend. So if she can follow that plan, it will set her into, then I will follow up yung school. So para po paunti-unti, hindi po siya ma-overwhelm sa lahat ng mga sinasabi namin, oh ganito ka, ganito, ganito, ganito. No. So yan po ang goal. It's a little bit extra, pero I think I am setting a direction na it will help her for her future as well. Then ano ba yung sasabihin ko? Pag dito siya, there are times na all of us are out, wala siyang kasama dito sa bahay, and she will just stay in her bedroom all day, all night. So may stuck siya lalo in the dark, and iyan ang ayaw ko mangyari. So yung mayroong guilt na, oh bakit ko siya pinadala doon, there's a guilt na sinasabi ko sa sarili ko, baka mali ang ginawa ko, yung decision ko. But on the other hand, iniisip ko na doon kasi lahat sila nasa bahay, they're working from home, then nandun ang lula, then there's, you know, it's tropical, sunny all the time, and there's always flexibility. Makakagala siya anytime she wants, as long as it's her will. There's a willpower to go out. And while here, she is stuck kasi I have to work, then yung kapatid niya nag-work, then yung isang kapatid niya is nasa trabaho. So the only moment we see her is only at the nighttime. Lucky if makikita siya namin ng nighttime. So nagbabalance po yung decision mo kung nagkamali ka ba or hindi. So yan po guys ang ating update sa inyo today. So sa mga meron pong nagko-comment, oh dahil sa meron ka ng visa or meron ka ng green card, or you find a job in US, meron kang sasakyan, meron kang trabaho sa US, na nagsasabi na if it wasn't for him, wala ka. You know what? I did not ask kung pwede lang ibalik ang panahon. Yeah. So yung mga na-endure po namin na mga pain, na-endure po namin na mga stress, mga anxieties, mga fear, lahat po yan, kung ano man po yung yung sasakyan ko, utang po yun. I'm not happy for it. So, hindi po siya mapapalitan. I would rather going back to where I was before, na I hope I could, you know, hindi mo na maibalik yung oras. So, yeah, ganun po guys. So, para po sa iba na, oh, yeah, I did not stick out, hindi ako tumagal for life with him. Guys, hindi pa ako pumirma ng marriage contract para na for life po akong magtiis and for life po akong magiging miserable. I'm not the first and the last person na mag-divorce dito sa mundo. And I have a very, very good reason kung bakit ko siya hiniwalayan. Because it's an ongoing. I think he just got detox siguro last April. So, every 4 to 5 months, nagre-relapse po kasi hindi po kakayanin talaga ng utak niya. He needs to undergo an outpatient program. But, hindi niya pwedeng gawin yun dahil may trabaho siya. And I told him long time ago, kasi na-diagnose na rin siya ng something mayroon siya. I told him long time ago na pwede na siyang kumuha ng disability. Kaso nga lang tamad, gusto niya ako ang lahat na magpa-process and then he will just receive money. Ang sabi ko sa kanya, no, hindi po yan pwede na ako lang parati kasi I have to take care of our finances and I have to work as well. Hindi po pwede na alalahin kita parati. You're an adult, you know what to do. So, pagka nag-relapse siya, my hands are clean, my conscience are clean. Hindi ko po obligasyon na alalayan siya forever. Kahit pamilya niya umayaw sa kanya, kahit pamilya niya hindi siya invited sa mga wedding, birthdays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Kasi when you sit down with him in the same room, he is so critical and he's so judgmental na yung good mood mo today, yung ang ganda ng aura mo, ang ganda ng mood mo, it will turn into a really negative in seconds pagkasama mo siya sa room. So, ganyan. So, ayun. I asked Zoe kung may na-notice siya sa dad niya. She said na, he's just sick. He's just sick. And alam ko na he needs another detox. So, it's up to him how he can help himself. I have so much in my plate. That's the reason why I have to separate and I have to leave. Kasi, pag tumigil ako and I have to keep helping him, mawawalan kami, homeless kami. Maybe we will just be in a kangkungan. So, I still have, while I still have decency left, kailangan ko pong umalis and kailangan ko pong alagaan and, you know, look after myself so I can take care of my family and my children as well. So, I keep getting some, you know, comments na dun sa mga previous video ko na mga ganon, bad comments. But if you are in my shoes, you will literally say, siguro bukas magre-resign ka na. Yeah. So, that's why guys. So, I try to balance my decisions. I know there is some guilt kung bakit, you know, yung recent meltdown ng anak ko sa Pilipinas. Pero, I try to convince myself to begin with, ginawa ko to dahil sa I'm trying to set a direction para po kami lahat ay nasa Pilipinas. If I make it here in US alone with no help, I'll make it in the Philippines next to my family. So I don't doubt myself na hindi ako makahanap ng new work sa Philippines. I'm not doubting myself that I will not be productive in the Philippines with the skills and the experience I earned. Siguro naman, there's so many companies who would like, you know, to employ me. Grabe, ang lakas ng dating, lakas ng confidence ko. No, yeah, so I'm trying to set a plan na if, you know, one of them can slowly move forward in the Philippines, then I will slowly go and, you know, magpipilipinas na lang kami. Anyway, all of them are citizens. I am citizen, and if there is a better opportunity in the future coming along the way, you know, why not? For the meantime, really, I needed some flexibility. I could bring my mom here, but my daughter wants to come with her. So, yan pa ang iniisip ko. Kung ibabalik ko siya dito, and while kasamang nanay ko, ano po yung magiging effect sa kanya? Kasi tinanong ko siya, you know, what's the difference between here and the Philippines? Kasi I'm not seeing anything na you're helping yourself. So, yan ang mga talk natin ngayon, di ba? Parati may drama, no? If you will really look you know, all the social media. I'm amazed to those people who are always happy and all good stuff happening. But you know what? I'm here. I'm not faking. I'm not pretending. So, kung sino po yung mga naka-experience ng mga na-experience ko, believe me, you're not alone. You're not alone. I just keep my head high. I try to be positive, although yun na nga yung hormones natin naka-up and down. Nako, di ko na alam. But I'm trying my best na hindi tayo ma-homeless dito sa Amerika, day. So I will have a meeting soon, and hopefully this is a positive meeting, and hindi pa ako naka-goal for the month, and I'm looking forward to hit my goal para po tayo ay mayroong car allowance. Yes. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching my videos, and thank you so much for all of your support. Sa mga hindi pa po nakapag-subscribe, please don't forget to hit subscribe and click the notification button para po kayo ay updated. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Bye.